Why y'all there? Lord have mercy, what a blessing. I'm Dan. I want to welcome everyone to my home in the sticks. Wherever you are at in the world, I hope you're having a great weekend and everything is good with you. Before we get started on today's video, I always like to say that if you are new to this channel, I want to welcome you. And if you returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over here, that's sure enough, thank you for coming back. But what I want to share with you and y'all today, Lord of mercy, I am super excited. Today's video is going to be about garden hoses. Dan, we're going to talk about garden hoses. Yeah, garden hoses. Very valuable piece of equipment on somebody that has a garden, large garden, small garden. Somebody that has animals, things of that nature. You got to constantly water them. You got to constantly water your garden. Yeah, so we're going to talk about garden hoses. And if you are like me, you have several of them. But the one thing, as a gardener and a little farmer, is these hoses are just stiff. Sometimes they're hard to roll up, and they could be a pain in the butt, I'm here to tell you. So what I'm going to show you today and share with you today is something that was sent out to me by Vego Garden, and I think it's going to be a game changer for me over here at the Home of the Sticks. And if you're like me and you use hoses all the time to water things or do what you do, yeah, this may be a game changer for you. So yeah, let me show you. So Vego Garden sent this out to me, and it is a retractable hose reel. And this is the 130-foot version of their latest hose reel that they put out. So let's unbox this thing, see what comes in the box, and yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's see what we got in the box. We got some instructions, another box. I would imagine is the mounting hardware and the handheld sprayer. Okay, and now for the hose reel assembly itself. And I have to say, as usual, this is packaged really well. Ooh, this thing is heavy too. I may have to just cut this box open. All right, let's get this box cut open. Make sure I'm not cutting anything. I think this is going to be mucho easier. Lord of mercy, you better eat your Wheaties. You go to messing with this thing. All right. Got a mounting bracket. And we got some more accessorized. These are all what appears to be quick disconnects. So we'll just have to peep out the instructions. Oh. Oops. I hope I didn't break nothing. So here's the actual unit. I'm gonna take y'all off of this tripod. I'll do that once I get this thing mounted, but it's actually upside down. It should look like that. And I would imagine this is maybe a carry handle if you have to move it, but here is your hose end. What you can't see, or you probably can see now, is this is the mounting post and this is your supply line. And they give you a really good length of hose to connect to your faucet. So let's go ahead and get some tools out and we'll get this thing mounted and then we'll rock on from there. Okay, looking at these instructions, and well done Vego Garden on these instructions. Their instructions are printed on brown paper with green writing. Extremely easy to read. I like that. But according to Vego Garden, this hose reel can be set up on, let's just say, a wall, a brick wall. And what we're going to mount it to is a 4x4 post here in front of my shop. So there's several different ways that you can mount this, and I'm sure if you are MacGyver type, you can probably mount it someplace else, or maybe make a cart and mount it. But for my application, I'm going to mount it to this post. So I'm going to point you at that post, and then we're going to get down to mounting this hose reel. I would imagine if you were going to mount this hose reel in some brick or something like that, they give you, Vego Garden supplies you with the red devils, which I think that's real cool. But For us, we are just going to use the screws, and they look to be stainless steel screws with some washers. So let's get it mounted up. The instructions suggest you mount this waist high. I'm putting this right at about 36 inches. What I have here is a 10mm socket attached to my drill, and we're just going to run these screws in and see what happens. Okay. We'll make sure this guy swivels 180 degrees, which it does. That's what the hose reel looks like mounted to the mounting bracket. I may look at this later on and see about mounting it on this side maybe. It takes up a little bit of space, but that's okay. You can swing it out of the way. Or for me, I may just leave it like this. All right, for you folks that like numbers, this hose is approximately 79, 80 inches long. Let's just say they give you 5 foot of hose to connect to your water source, and this reel is 130 feet of hose. So we're going to connect this to our water supply and get everything else hooked up, and then we'll give it a run and see what it do. And I like the way Vego Garden covers up the supply end so nothing gets in there. Kudos on that. I want to make sure that we have a washer in here, and we do. Let's get this hooked up to our supply. Let's get the tool end hooked up. Okay, and how this works is Vego Garden sends you out a handheld sprayer and also a adjustable shot nozzle like a stream, and they send you out all the quick disconnects. This one will screw into here. I may Teflon tape these guys, I don't know. All right, so let's hook up the male into the female of the quick disconnect. Now we're going to plug in our sprayer head. We're ready to charge up this hose and see what it does. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh, 6 different settings. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's give our taters a little water. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. And we got 130 foot of hose, so I can go a pretty long way with this guy and water everything else. Heck, I can get way out here and water onions. Oh yeah. This is going to be nice. All right, just to roll it up, bring it down to the other end and show you, because this hose is retractable. All right, get this hose back in. We're just going to give it a little bit of pull. Another cool thing about this, and hopefully you can see it, but this moves side to side, so this hose is going to reel in there evenly. Yeah, let me pull some out and show you. See how that thing is moving side to side? The hose is locked. You just give it a tug, and it's going to reel it in. There's a ball to stop it from the hose going all the way in there. Vego Garden, you did a pretty good job on this one, I'm going to say. Okay, I'm going to have to say that I am impressed so far with this hose reel that Vego Garden sent me. Let's take a look at the instructions, which is pretty self-explanatory as to what you need to do. But again, with Vego Garden, these instructions are spot on and they're extremely easy to read. Gives you the tools that you need. For my application, all I needed was my screw gun and a 10mm socket to mount that guy to that 4x4 post. Really like the fact that Vego Garden sends out two different style sprayers. This is the single stream sprayer that is adjustable with quick disconnects. So if we want to swap over from the handheld to the stream sprayer, we just use our quick disconnect, plug it in, and we're ready to go. And all of these things are adjustable, stream wise or spray strength wise. So very, very neat. Like the way that Vego Garden designed this, so you don't have to unscrew anything. It's just plug and play. So if you are like me and you're tired of dealing with hoses, and they can be a pain in the butt sometimes, especially during the winter time, they're just hard to unroll, uncoil, get them rolled back up. Give this Vego Garden retractable hose reel setup a look. Now, I am extremely hard on hoses over here on the farm at the Home in the Sticks. So we're going to give this hose reel from Vego Garden a good workout. Maybe do an update video on it just to see how it's performed, because I like to use it for several months. And I mean, I'm going to use the far out of this thing. I'm going to tug on it, pull on it. I'm just going to do a bunch of stuff to it, and we're going to see how it lasts. The design thus far is flawless. The only thing that I'm gonna have to do is maybe put some Teflon tape on some of these connectors just to stop any small leaks, and I mean really, really small leaks, or just screw them down a little bit tighter to stop the leaks. So have no complaints whatsoever. Well, all right, that's what I wanted to share with you and y'all today. The Vego Garden, a retractable hose reel or garden hose that Vego Garden sent me out. This is the 130-foot version. Thus far, I'm extremely impressed with how easy it was to set up, mount, and get to using. Really good key points is all of the fittings are quick disconnect. So if you want to go from using the handheld sprayer to the straight stream sprayer, all you have to do is just disconnect it via the quick disconnects and you're up and running. There's no unscrewing anymore. So really, really like that. This is going to be a game changer for me over here at the Home in the Sticks. Earlier I pulled it out and I watered a few things, and I bet you on the furthest part of my raised bed garden, I bet you I only used maybe 75 foot of hose. So with 130 foot, I can go pretty much anywhere in my raised bed gardens and container gardens over here at the Home in the Sticks. So yeah, give it a look, and I'll also drop down a discount code to Vego Garden down in the description, and I'll put a link to shoot you towards Vego Garden's website so you can peep out all of their gardening tools and accessories that they have on the market today. I have a few Vego Garden products here that I use, and I'm here to tell you I like them. It's a good company. It's really fast communication with them via email. Haven't tried calling them. Don't see that I'd have a reason to call them, but very fast returning emails, and I like that. So a company that could stand behind their product and get back to you quickly is always a plus good thing in my book. So again, I hope everybody's having show enough good weekend, and I hope you're staying safe amid this crisis that's still going on. If y'all like this video, go and give it a thumbs up. They help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home in the Sticks channel, Lord of mercy, y'all need to come over here and give old Dan a look, because I'm always doing stuff like using a new hose, a retractable hose at that. That being said, you know it's coming down, reference show enough. Always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. You sure enough get your shine on, get your garden on. Go check out Vego Gardens' retractable hose reel setup. It's cool. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.